That now. So also keep in mind the chat is open. So if you're just joining us, definitely put in there where you are calling in from today. But the chat is open. We will have a designated Q&A at the end of the presentation. So if you do have questions and you want to hold off on sending them then, feel free. But do feel free to post questions in the chat. We do have a few members of the Adobe team that will be able to answer questions in the chat. So if you do have questions, feel free to post them there or save them for the end of the presentation. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass it over to Sean. Sean, the floor is yours.
Thanks, RJ. Well, welcome everybody. We really appreciate you being here today, wherever you're calling in from. I am in beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah, just outside. So I'm actually about somewhere between 15 and 20 miles down the road from the headquarters of Western Governors University. So I've known Western Governors for a long time. I know people who work there. I've known people who've gone to school there and got degrees. So it's pretty cool for me to be able to speak with all of you and introduce you to Adobe Digital Experience. As RJ mentioned, I do have three of my colleagues that are kind of monitoring the chat for us today. Emma, Nick, and Sarisha. So please feel free to ask any questions that come to your mind during this presentation, and the three of them will be responding in the chat. I'll also have some kind of built-in spots where perhaps Nick or Emma or Sarish could ask a question of me. And as RJ mentioned, we'll have some time at the end to kind of go over some resources and answer any questions that you might have. So first thing that I want to do is give you a little bit of background on me. My name's Sean Lautensock. I am the University Outreach Program Manager for Adobe's Digital Experience Certification Program. So that's a mouthful, but the reason we're here today is to kind of explain what digital experience is, help you get a better idea of how or why that might be a good career path and option for you. Talk a little bit about what our customers do and how they use digital experience products to interact with brands digitally and how their customers basically feel about their brand. So that's essentially what digital experience does. One thing that I'd like to do right off the bat is play a video here real quick of one of our customers and how they use Adobe Digital Experience products to enhance their digital brands. So give me just a second here. This is a video produced by Delta Airlines.
Sean, the sound is not running.
Did you say the sound's not running?
Yes, it's not running.
Okay. Well, I apologize for that. I thought that was working when we tested it. Let me try one more time to jump in there and see if that sound will work. If not, we can move on here. Did that work?
So you're not sharing.
Uh, yeah, I apologize.
Sean, when you shared, did you click the optimize for video, for motion and video option?
I did not.
That might be something you could click on. When I click share, there's a drop down that says optimize for text and images or optimize for motion and video.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not even allowing me to share now. So I let's go ahead and move on, and we'll see whether these hopefully these other videos will play for us correctly as we share them. But real quickly, just want to go over a quick agenda for what we're going to go over today. So we're going to talk about the Adobe story and kind of how that came to be with Adobe Experience Cloud. What opportunities are available to you in digital experience? So why is this important to you? What curriculums and student profiles actually align to Adobe Experience Cloud technologies? So what are we looking for? Who are we targeting here? We're going to give you an introduction to the Adobe Experience, the Adobe DX certification program, how that works. And if you're interested, how to get trained and certified. So we'll do a quick demo on our brand new certification site that just went live last week. All right, so Adobe was created or formed in 1982. The first technology that Adobe actually produced was PostScript. So, how many of you know or are aware of PostScript? But eventually, Adobe got into desktop publishing, and then over the years began to acquire companies like Marketo, Magento, Workfront, and really allowed DX digital experience to blossom within the Adobe ecosystem. So I'm going to try to play one more video here, and let's see. Um, hopefully this will work.
And definitely, so sharing screen too. It doesn't look like you're sharing screen.
Yeah, and it's not giving me the option to do that, RJ.
Hmm.
Like, yeah. So, yeah, for some reason when I go in here to the presentation mode, it's not allowing me to share. So, let me try something real quick. I apologize for this, everybody. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to share that video. But it's anyway, it's basically what I said is giving the history of Adobe and does it a little bit more eloquently than I do. Unfortunately, that video isn't gonna play for us. But um, this what I want to do is talk to you for just a minute about the different types of products that Adobe produces and deals with. So Adobe is made up of three different areas, three different software product areas. The one that most of you are probably very familiar with, know really well, is Adobe Creative Cloud. Adobe Creative Cloud consists of the tools that most of you have been using probably for a long time, maybe even in high school. Things like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro. I use Premiere Pro. I have a daughter who uses Premiere Pro to splice together content that she's gathered because she does a Disneyland blog. And so the Premiere Pro allows her to be able to splice videos and content together. But I'm sure most of you are aware of Creative Cloud. You may or may not be aware of Document Cloud. Document Cloud is generally made up of tools like Acrobat, DocuSign. That's where PDF lives. And so many of you may be aware of that. But the reason we're here today is because my three colleagues and myself are representing Adobe Experience Cloud, which many of you have are probably not aware of the tools that actually make up Experience Cloud. There are 11 different tools that allow employers allow companies to enhance digital experiences for their customers. These are the 11 tools or software products that make up Adobe Experience Cloud. So you can see those across the middle here: Adobe Experience Manager, Adobe Commerce, and Adobe Workfront are more geared towards marketers and allowing you to be able to create workflow, content, and commerce. Myself,
Sean,
I'm at
really quick.
yeah.
We can't see what you're sharing. I'm wondering if does somebody else have the slides that we could maybe, if you're unable to share.
Let me go out of this.
Sean, I do have the slides. Do you want me to see if it would let me share?
Let me try one more time. How about now?
Woo!
Good.
Success.
Get it?
That works great.
Okay.
Okay. So
WebEx,
carry
I
on.
tell
Sorry,
you.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah, there you go.
Oh, I was just rolling there. I'm glad you said something. So let me take you back through some of these slides real quick. This is the history of Adobe. Again, this one right here, we talked about Adobe Creative Cloud, Adobe Document Cloud, and Experience Cloud. Okay, and this is where we were. So hopefully you didn't miss too much there. What I was saying is that these 11 tools, software products, make up Adobe Experience Cloud. They're really broken up into three different areas. So content, commerce, and workflow. Workflows are these three are geared towards that, for especially for marketers. So Experience Manager, Commerce, Workfront. Myself, I was a system administrator for Adobe Workfront for many years. And so what Adobe Workfront does, I can speak to that really well. It allows marketers and other people to be able to manage their projects and workflows at a much greater pace with reporting and resource management and things like that. These four in the middle make up data, insights, and audiences. So we have four tools that are geared towards data and analytics: Adobe Analytics, Customer Journey Analytics, Real-Time CDP, and Mix Modeler. Also, for companies who would like, part of our stack allows companies to be able to create creative journeys, look at things like best next actions and areas like that really help drive a company's ability to plan and look down the road. So the four tools that are geared towards customer journeys are Adobe Journey Optimizer, Marketo Engage, Target, and Adobe Campaign. All right, now I would like to play this video. I am crossing my fingers that this one's going to work. Let's go ahead and try it, and hopefully we'll this will allow you to see here.
Adobe knows that great experiences fuel great businesses. That's why we built Adobe Experience Cloud, a comprehensive set of digital experience tools to help you give your customers exactly what they want, exactly when, and how they need it. It's about turning complex data into unified profiles for real customers in real time. It's about taking your assets from "where did we put that?" to "I know just where that is," and personalizing them for millions in milliseconds. It's about keeping your workflows connected across the table or across the world, and optimizing your creative assets across the entire customer journey to get the highest performance possible, both online and in product. It's about using your customer insights to grow their trust and your business through the experiences you create. And whether your customers are individuals or businesses or both, it's about building tailored digital storefronts for all of them, in their language, in their currency, all from the same platform. Whether you're a company making silicon chips or a restaurant serving a side of chips, we help you turn data and content into experiences, and experiences into lifelong customers. That is Adobe Experience Cloud.
Okay, well, hopefully all of you were able to see that or to hear that, like the other ones. Let me try to get back to the presentation here real quick. Can you all see the presentation okay?
No.
No, we need to reshare that.
But we did hear the video though.
Well, that is a big win. Okay, I think we got back here. Okay, so there are hundreds of recognizable brands that use Adobe Digital Experience products to help them create and deliver rich, personalized experiences to customers. These are just a few of them. I've listed 6 here that most of you would probably recognize: Delta, Dick's Sporting Goods, Prudential, Cisco, Home Depot, T-Mobile. But obviously, Adobe is a huge name. It's a huge brand. We have a ton of products. This is just 6 of the many hundreds of customers that use Adobe Digital Experience products on a regular basis. Adobe has been recognized as a leader in digital experience platforms, and we've been called out or recognized by Gartner and Forrester 7 years in a row. So a great feather in our cap for digital experiences. Now, you might be asking, how does this apply to me as a student or somebody who may be getting close to graduating or has recently graduated? Well, the biggest reason it applies to you is because there's such a need for digital experience talent out there. This individual in the video that I'm going to play for you right now, this individual's name is Hassan Elkami. He is the CEO of one of our partners, Lynn Media. And he's going to talk about the need for certified digital experience talent.
There's a need for talent in the region. There's opportunity, but not enough people to help take that forward. This program is going to help us accomplish that goal, to make it easier for customers in the region, partners, and prospects. The number one goal, without a doubt, is the student and education. Opportunity will come. We have opportunity. We need the talent. But it's very important that we always keep the student top of mind. We're doing more than just the hard work. We're doing the good work here. This is the right thing to do. There's opportunity to be had, and again, not enough talent to take it forward. And the region can use it, truly. Because if I'm looking to build something for my company, I want you to be able to understand my perspective and my customer's perspective and my team's perspective, for that matter.
So the interesting thing about Hassan is that he, first of all, he lives in New York, so his company is in New York City, and so when he's talking about the need for talent, he's talking about not only here in the United States, but uh, he specifically does work in Egypt as well. And so we've partnered with Hassan and Lim Media with a university in Egypt that to allow them to be able to get trained up on Adobe Digital Experience products, because there's such a need not only here in the US but abroad as well. So if you're interested in maybe working abroad and getting out of the United States, or maybe you already live out of the US, there's a huge need for DX Adobe DX talent outside of the US as well. I've done some research on this, and according to Indeed.com, now this is just a snapshot of where we're at currently. Um, there are more than 4,000 open positions currently in Adobe Experience Cloud. I would guess there's even more if you include customers who are looking for DX certified talent as well. More than 1,000 of those positions actually require you to have an Experience Cloud certification. And so that's why we're here, is to help you, help provide you with some resources that will make you more marketable to Adobe, but not just Adobe, but to all of our partners and our customers who are looking for this talent. We have about 4,500 total partners in just our Experience Cloud ecosystem. So as you can imagine, right now we have 34,000 certified individuals in the world, okay, that have some sort of certification in Adobe Experience Cloud certification. Well, we have 4,500 partners. So I think you guys are smart enough to be able to do the math on that. There just simply are not enough certified individuals out there to be able to fill positions for 4,500 partner companies as well as customers. A quick story to kind of illustrate why getting certified in Adobe Experience Cloud may provide you a leg up or a boost in your career. I have a neighbor lives across the street from me, and he works for a large company here in Utah, which I will not name, but just trust me, it's a large employer, and he's a product manager that hires a lot of people in his company. He was telling me the other day that they use Adobe Workfront as their main workflow tool. And he has a really difficult time hiring people because what it requires is that if I hire you and you don't know anything about Adobe Workfront, you've not been certified or taken any courses in that. He's looking at a 3 to 6 month ramp up to train that individual. So what he told me is, if you could convince more people to get certified, and he was specifically talking about Workfront, but this applies to all of our Experience Cloud products. If you can get more people to be certified, that resume with an Adobe Workfront certification is going to go to the top of the list. Not only that, but you give yourself an ability to make more money. So in general, according to Fortune, individuals with professional certifications can expect to make anywhere from 5 to 20% above what an average salary might be. And that includes coming right out of a university setting. In the latest IT certification magazine, Adobe has 3 certifications that are listed in this top 75 certifications in the industry. They're all AEM specific, so Adobe Experience Manager. The 3 are Adobe Experience Manager Expert, Adobe Experience Manager Developer, and Adobe Experience Manager Business Practitioner. So our certifications are recognized, they're growing, and more people are seeing the value of them to their career. So you might be asking, who are you looking for? What are the ideal curriculums or student profiles? The 5 that I have listed here on the presentation are ones that we've just, internally have said, hey, we think that individuals with this background or this type of degree are going to be ideal for our certifications, or to be able to basically learn them and take, not be lost, if you will, learning a certification. Most of them are fairly technical in nature. So we're really targeting computer science majors, information systems, MarTech, IT, information technology, and anybody with like a data or analytical degree or background. Now, that's not to say that if you don't have one of these 5 degrees that you may not be an ideal candidate. These are just the 5 that we kind of pinpointed as being, the targets. But you may have a marketing degree, right? And marketing degrees are great for these certifications as well, because most of these products are marketing centric. So if you have a marketing degree and maybe you're really good with technology, these may be right for you as well. All right, so these are 3 different job roles. So we'll get to a demo in a minute, and I'll show you our certification site so you can get an idea of kind of what that looks like and where you may want to begin. But there are 3 different job roles that we've identified that our certifications are customized to. One is a business practitioner. Generally, as a business practitioner, if you're getting a business practitioner certification through Adobe, that requires kind of a working knowledge of how to use product, first of all. So these are going to be geared towards people like marketers, maybe project managers, product managers, folks like that who are looking to get into that kind of a field. So really, a business practitioner is going to teach you what you need to know in the tool to be able to do your job effectively. We also have developer certifications. So we're targeting, that's one of the reasons we're targeting computer science majors, because in order to get a developer certification, you need to have some experience in software development or web development. These are people who are generally going to be implementing solutions at any given company. And then we have architect job, an architect job role that these are aligned to as well. These are generally going to be our expert level certifications, people who have a few years of experience in a field. It generally requires extensive knowledge of a product. So these are going to be individuals who are targeting things like a software architect, or maybe a system administrator, maybe a consultant, an implementation or a configuration consultant. Those types of roles require you to have extensive knowledge, and may actually, you may need 3 to 5 years type experience in order to be an architect or to do an expert certification. So really what we're targeting for university students are the top two: business practitioners and developers. Those are generally certifications that you can get without a ton of experience. So you may be asking, why would I do this? Why would you choose to certify in Adobe Experience Cloud or get involved with that program? Well, first of all, this is a great resume builder. Not, as I mentioned before, our customers are looking for people who stand out. I can just give you, for example, here at Adobe, almost every open position that Adobe posts is will generally get somewhere between 400 and 500 resumes. Okay. Now, I know Adobe's a big name. There's a lot of people who want to work for Adobe, obviously. And so, naturally, we're going to get a lot of resumes for people who are interested in positions. But that is not super uncommon in technical degrees. You're going to be, fighting other people who want to get into a tech company or want to work for an Adobe type company, right? So anything you can do to build your resume and help that resume stand out, go to the top of the heap, will be a great benefit to you. And one way you can do that is by getting certified in Adobe Cloud products. It also allows you to become part of the Adobe ecosystem, a part of our community, right? So we have, and I'll show you this in a minute when we go into the certification site, but we have a community area on that site that allows you to basically, ask questions of experts and collaborate with other individuals who are also certified in Adobe products. It also provides you with more employment opportunities. Like I said, individuals, or excuse me, companies, if you've taken the time to really dig into a product and say, hey, I'm a certified expert in this Adobe product that you guys use, require, maybe consult in, implement in, that's going to give you a leg up and it's going to open up all sorts of job opportunities for you. We also offer the following things for our certified individuals. We offer free training courses. So all of our Experience Cloud product courses are free of charge. They generally come with free practice tests and coaching. You can renew your certification for free. As you complete courses and certifications, we provide you with shareable badges that you can, share out on your social media or on your resume. We also provide support to learners in our program. And maybe most importantly to you is we offer a discount on all of our certifications if you're a student. So all you need to do to get that discount is to use your university email address. So your westerngovernors.edu email address. As you go in and register and take a certification, that will allow you to get that 50% discount on our certs. Normally, a certification costs $125 to take, but if, again, as a student, you can get that at a 50% rate. So it's really a great deal. $62 is pretty cheap for a certification. To give you an idea, several years ago, I got certified as a PMP, which is a professional project management professional. That certification cost me about $1,500 to take. And so so $62 for a professional certification from Adobe is kind of a steal. All right, so that's why it should be of interest to you. Now, why is it important to Adobe? Well, our mission is to jumpstart, accelerate, and grow Adobe Experience Cloud talent worldwide by providing high quality education and industry recognized credentials with a vision that you will build future digital experiences. Okay, so what we want out of this is for more certified individuals in our ecosystem. Now, it's not just Adobe that wants this. In fact, our academic program and our kind of our push to get our certifications out there and more known is being driven by our partners. As I mentioned earlier, we have about 4,500 partners. This is really important to them because right now, as you can imagine, when our partners need to hire talent, they're basically poaching from each other. Okay, because there just isn't a lot of Adobe DX certified talent out there. So what ends up happening is individuals who work for a partner just move from one partner to another as jobs open up. So our partners are demanding this. They're asking for it. They need a larger ecosystem of certified talent, and so that's why we're coming to you today. In order to do this, there's some things that we're promising, we're committing to. One of those things is accessible learning. So all of our courses are on demand. They're free of charge, and we provide a lot of resources for individuals who take those courses. We also are committed to community engagement. So creating a robust community that includes subject matter experts, Adobe employees, etc. We're also committed to academic partnerships, and this is kind of a brand new thing for us right now. But we are very committed to creating partnerships with institutions and different universities out there. We're also committed to making sure that our certifications are recognized in the industry and that they're credible. And we're also committed to advanced mastery. Now, this may or may not apply to all of you right now because generally this is going to, advanced mastery requires a few years of experience that you may or may not have at the moment. But generally, our expert level courses, as you can see on the far right here, are going to be virtual instructor-led courses. They generally take 3 or 4 days, right? They're almost like boot camp type courses, and they do cost, but they're super valuable if you can get certified as an expert in one of these Adobe products. What we're focusing on today, though, are these 2 columns: the technical foundation course and our professional training courses. I've taken a few of these technical foundation courses. Most of them, it says 2 to 3 hours. Most of them are maybe an hour, somewhere between an hour and a half, depending on, how many breaks you're taking and things like that. They're free, and they're all online, on demand. But they're really valuable because what the foundation courses do is give you kind of an overview of what these products do, how companies use them, and why they're valuable. And then at the end of those foundation courses, there's generally a short knowledge check, maybe 10 questions, right? The professional courses are a little more intense, right? They're more geared towards people who are really looking for a professional cert, maybe have, a little bit of experience in software development or a little bit of experience in marketing, things like that. Most of these professional courses, The duration on here says 2 to 3 days. Most of them are going to be somewhere between 15 and 20 hours worth of content, right? So as you break that up, maybe it takes you a week to get through them, or maybe you just do it all in one shot. I know people who like to do that, but yeah, generally they're going to be 15 to 20 hours. They're also online on demand, and we provide prep guide and practice tests at the end of these courses for you. Okay, so let's get into the site real quick. We're just going to go into this for 5-10 minutes. I want you to help you familiarize yourself with it. But I want to just pause for a minute. You can see on the bottom of this page that there's a QR code. If you'll take just a minute, scan that QR code. That QR code is going to take you into our brand new certification.adobe.com, our certification site. This site just went live last week. So recognize, if you will, that it's still, we're still adding to this site. So even though it's live, there will be more content added here as more courses get added into the site, more certifications get added into the site. One that we will be working on over the next few months is adding an academic program page to this site as well. That will be, I think, will be super valuable for you as a student because there will be forums, there will be newsletters, information about how to connect with employers. We'll have job opportunities listed on there, that sort of thing. So let me go into the site here real quick. If you weren't quite able to get that QR code scanned, the link is just certification.adobe.com. So I want to just take you through this for a minute, give you a high level demo of it. The first thing that you're going to need to do is going to ask you to sign in. Okay, I already have personally, I've already signed in here many times, so I have an Adobe ID. So what you would need to do as you go into the site is create an Adobe ID, ideally using your .edu email address. It'll work with any email, but the .edu is super helpful because it will allow you to be able to get the discount on the certification, and it allows us to be able to frankly report and make sure that that we know how many Western Governors students are in here registered on our site and things like that. So all right, so the site real quick. This gives the homepage just gives kind of an overview of the digital experience, what digital experience is, our courses and certifications, some numbers here, right? You can learn more about courses, certifications, and the community, or you can just use these drop downs up top, right? So the course home, for example, highlights 3 of our new and featured courses that have been added recently. So Adobe Experience Manager Expert for developers, Adobe Journey Optimizer for developers Expert, and Adobe Commerce for developers Professional. Okay, but we have a lot more than 3. So if you come in here to course catalog, you can see all of our current courses that are listed in here. But again, know that there are a lot more than this. They're being added on a regular basis, and as we get them, presentable, ready, good to go, they'll get added in here as well. Certification Home gives you an overview of our certifications, why they're important, how to get certified, why you should get certified, okay, and how you can set yourself apart with different Adobe certifications. And so this is if you're interested in getting certified, this is kind of the area you're going to want to be in. As you go into different courses and you're ready to take a certification test, it will ask you to purchase a voucher and allow you again to use your .edu email address to get a discount on that. I think one of the great features of this site is the community area. As I mentioned earlier, the Adobe Digital Experience Certification community is a great place to be. We have a lot of experts and that will be a part of this forum, subject matter experts and people who are just going through certifications. So this will be a great place for you as you're taking courses and getting certified to kind of bounce questions and ideas off of subject matter experts or other people who are kind of going through the same thing. We also have a community news and events area that may be of interest to you. There's a support section with frequently asked questions and also a way to contact us. And then one of the other cool features about this site is under the My Account area, you'll have a dashboard. Now, when I go into the dashboard, it doesn't show anything because, I have one certification and it is an Adobe Workfront Core Developer certification, which looks like expired a few months ago. So anyway, I need to get back on that and get that recertified. And so anyway, just a lot of cool stuff in here in this site. And I would highly encourage you to go in and register, familiarize yourself with the site, learn about the different certifications, learn about the different courses, and decide for yourself if this is something that you think can enhance your career. I really think it will. I think it will allow you to build your resume. It will allow you to really kind of stand out amongst other candidates if you're interested in working for Adobe in the future, or if you're interested in working for one of our partners or customers. A great way to actually get into Adobe down the road would be to go work for one of the Adobe partners for 2 or 3 years, get some experience under your belt, get these certifications, and then come in and apply at Adobe, and that will help you get a leg up as a potential Adobe employee. Okay, last thing, let me reshare real quick here. Last thing is I just want to post a few links here for you. So these links will take you to some different areas that may be of interest to you. This first link is actually a video from another partner talking about the need for Adobe talent. The second link will actually take you into the IT Certification Magazine survey, and you can learn more about valued certifications in the industry. This is the site we were just in, certification.adobe.com. ExperienceLeague.adobe.com is also a site that's owned by us, by Adobe, that provides more in-depth information as well about Adobe certifications. So, if you just want another resource there, Experience League also provides articles and help options and things like that. And then the final link that I've listed here is our careers.adobe.com link. Now, this is Adobe. This is the Adobe careers site. So this is where all of our jobs are listed. But specifically the program, the link that I provided goes into the university programs area of the careers page. So if you're interested in things like internships or jobs specifically targeted towards graduates, or you want to just become a member of the community. One awesome thing in this university careers page is you can sign up to actually have job alerts sent to you. So, great opportunity to get involved and really kind of stand out. So, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing now, and hopefully you guys have had a lot of questions come through in the chat, and Nick and Emma and Sarisha have hopefully been helpful with those, but want to open it up to any other questions that you might have for this last 5 to 10 minutes here.
And feel free, anybody, to take themselves off mute and ask questions, or post them into the chat, and we can read those out. Whatever you're most comfortable with. And like Sean said, we have about 5 or 6 minutes now. So feel free to ask any questions that you might have.
Yeah, Nick, Emma, Sarisha, if there are any questions in the chat that maybe you want to direct to me, go ahead and come off mute and do that.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to see, has anyone else tried to sign in to our new site? And if so, are you guys also having issues when you use your WGU account to log in? If so, you guys can just let me know in the chat. Okay, yeah. Okay, and everyone, it seems like, I'm guessing when you're being taken to your WGU SSO, that's where the error is occurring? Okay. All right, I'm going to look into this a little bit more, Sean,
Okay.
and see, what's happening with that. But no matter what, getting into our system, you can really use any Adobe ID, so you can use a personal email. The only thing is, of course, that, yeah, that student discount won't happen until we get the EDU emails to work. But hopefully we'll be able to get an update out about that. But if you guys want to get into the site now with a personal email, you should have no issues with that, just since that won't take you to the WGU SSO.
I just put an email address on there. This is an email that me and a couple of my colleagues monitor pretty regularly. It's askdxcert@adobe.com. Sometime today or tomorrow, I will hopefully get a list of attendees for this webinar, and I'll blast you out an email with links, and Emma, I'll include you on that email so that hopefully we can kind of work through that issue.
Yeah, and if you guys are able to get in, Brian, like you said, if you're able to get in just using your email address and not relying upon SSO, because really we don't need you guys to SSO in through your school email. So if you're able to get through just creating a new account using your email that ends in .edu and kind of creating an Adobe ID password for that, that should be the route you should take instead of going through that SSO. Thanks, Brian, for bringing that up. Sean, someone had a question. They're asking, are there any other certifications that Adobe and its partners are specifically looking for to stand out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our focus here is on Adobe Experience Cloud, right? And digital experience certifications. But, Document Cloud as well as Creative Cloud definitely have certifications. If you're, a marketer and you're wanting to learn how to design or use, documents and things like that, certainly Document Cloud and Creative Cloud will have similar certifications. One thing I would do is, if you're interested, I've seen a few questions in the chat about, open positions and how to compete. as a student or a recent graduate. This presentation, as mentioned, is designed to help you get a leg up in competing, right? So the one thing that's going to help you is to get certified. That will help you get a leg up with Adobe or with our partners, but also uh, uh, one thing I would do is go to that careers page when you have an opportunity, because they're going to have information about internships on there, as well as jobs that are targeted towards students or recent grads. Okay, we have a couple more minutes. Any other questions?
As people are coming up with some of those last second questions, I did want to just thank the entire Adobe team for coming in, presenting. Sean, thank you for setting this up. And just a reminder to everybody that this session was recorded. It will be sent out. If you want to go back and reference anything that was presented, feel free to do so. That'll probably go out tomorrow. So just keep an eye out for that. And you'll get that recording sometime tomorrow, attached with a survey. So we do ask that you please submit that survey. We greatly appreciate it. Like I had mentioned early on, this is just one session for Career Quest. We certainly have a few more coming the rest of the month, so keep an eye out for those. If you're interested, certainly register. But thank you again to the Adobe team for jumping in and presenting. Any final questions?
If there's no other questions, also just feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. It's just under my name, Sean Lautensock. So I don't have the greatest LinkedIn profile in the world, but if you search Sean Lautensock on LinkedIn, I'd be happy to connect with you.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us this afternoon or this morning, wherever you're calling in from. And we hope that you have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.